What is going on, my peeps? Welcome back to this week's almost Easter edition of a Buzzfeed test. I found my most Eastery flannel I could. I might have worn this last year for Easter too, if I'm not mistaken. And what says Easter more than eating large chunks of raw cookie dough? Now, although I have enjoyed my fair share of cookie dough in the past, I have been a tad grossed out seeing the videos of people just like taking big chomps out of these ice cream cones full of cookie dough. I don't know, it's just something like, it doesn't click in my head. But I'm gonna do my best to try to go into this one with an unbiased opinion. I'm gonna follow the recipe every step of the way. So let's see how it comes out. First things first, we have to make the cookie base of this recipe that's gonna go into all of our different types. And that is consisting of some flour, brown sugar, 2 sticks of butter, milk, vanilla, and salt. Pretty basic stuff. I began by taking 2 cups of my flour and spreading it across this cookie sheet with some very questionable stains on it. Don't ask me what those are from. And baking that off quickly in a 350-degree oven for about 5 minutes. Apparently this is to kill the bacteria in the flour. Does this really work? Beats me. But I did it anyway, and after that I threw it into a bowl, added in a cup of my brown sugar, 2 sticks of the softened butter, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of milk, and then mix that all in, eventually going in with my hands, because when you're making cookie dough, you gotta get dirty, you know what I'm saying? Just be sure to wash your hands while doing this method. I'm talking to you, how to basic. And once you've got that all mixed up, flatten it out in the bottom of your bowl and throw it into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Now once your block of butter flour has solidified in the fridge, you want to take it back out and divide it into 4 equal segments. For the first one, I just threw in a 1/4 cup of normal sized chocolate chips along with a 1/4 cup of the miniature chocolate chips. Mixed those in the best that I could and then just threw those over onto my plate. This is the first flavor, obviously just chocolate chip. The next one's gonna be pretty similar. I grabbed my second mass of dough, crushed up 4 Oreos in a plastic bag with the ice cream scoop, added the crushed up Oreos back into the dough, kneaded that in as well. This is pretty basic stuff here, guys. That is our second flavor done, our Oreo flavored cookie dough. Now, for very obvious reasons, I cannot do the third flavor that they did because it's got peanut candies and peanut butter. If you didn't know, I'm highly allergic and will pass out if I try to eat it. Much like Freely probably would after eating a chicken nugget. So I skipped that third flavor and moved on to the fourth one that they made. That contains a 1/4 cup of melted chocolate along with another 1/4 cup of regular chocolate chips, some more white chocolate chips. To me, this one kind of looks the least edible out of all 3 so far. Regardless, I plated those up next to the other ones, and then for our very last flavor, I tried to do a little play on cookie dough and found this Cookie Crisp cereal. I crushed it up like I did with the Oreos, mixed that in, and I'm hoping that this one will have a little bit of a crunch, but we will see which one I like the best. Now, some of these do look really good, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they're gonna taste pretty similar in general, just because they all use that same dough base. Well, I can't eat that piece now. To all the kids out there who have ever eaten handfuls of raw cookie dough and ended up with salmonella, I don't know what the rate of that is, but I'm sure it's happened before. I was gonna say, that tastes exactly like a store-bought cookie dough would, but there's a slightly strange aftertaste. Like, the cookie flavor kind of fades a bit, and it goes like a little chalky or something. I guess we can move on to the next one now. I was also very tempted to try to cook one of these and just to see like how it would come out of the oven, but that's for another day. The Oreos, or cookies and cream flavor, as Tasty calls it. Most definitely better than the last one, without a doubt. I think some of the Oreos got crushed so finely in the bag that it kind of really mixed in with the dough and changed its flavor. More than I was expecting, so that one's not too bad. And now for the inedible looking one. It's still like such a weird concept for me to grasp that I'm just sitting here like casually spooning cookie dough into my mouth, like raw. That one's not too bad either. this might be a trend I could hop on at some point. I was definitely a skeptic at first, not gonna lie. This last one I made with the cereal, the crunch is good, but it just kind of tastes like a blander version of the first one, so definitely without a doubt, the winner is the Oreos. Oh, I feel like I just inhaled a stick of straight butter or something. It'll be interesting to see how this one sits in the stomach in a couple hours, but I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you did, smash a like on it for me. I did say last week that I had a DIY coming up, and I do, but it's taken me a lot longer than I thought it would. That should be out either Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in the weekend. Other than that though, I hope you have an absolutely awesome rest of your week. I'll see you then, or next Thursday. You guys know me by now. Never take my video promises that seriously. But I will see you then. Peace! I could only imagine like someone's face as they were to walk in this room and see me just like shoveling raw dough in my mouth. I'm not complaining.